Last time, on Shauna Colum's channel.
But that ain't important right now. You better get your bitch ass out of here, since you fucking up my friend's video, nigga.
Yeah, you're even putting so much more pressure on our editor since he has to go through this entire footage, plus the Snezhnaya livestream section, which will most likely be uploaded later than expected thanks to you.
Man, fuck you and your editor. Shauna Colum, or however you say his stupid-ass last name's videos, aren't even good anyways. There's no way he didn't bot his fake-ass 30,000 subscribers. Heh. If his videos have actually gotten better compared to when he first started 12 years ago at 14, as he probably claims, then why is no one watching them?
Heh, did your hacker really think he could hold me back for long? Your time is up, Quirino.
Well, if it isn't the poor man's heir of the Covenant. You Kaslanas are truly something else. You all haven't seen the last of me. But before you kick me, just know this. I'm glad that I did my part in fucking up Sean's video as intended. And Timu Tanjiro Rosella, you'll be meeting your family's killer soon.
Ugh. Just get your ass the fuck off my server, pendejo.
Thank God that motherfucker is finally gone. I was never able to stand him growing up back in Oakland.
Agreed. It's a good thing you came at the perfect moment. I was starting to develop the same intolerance for him as Apua. I'm Kukulkan, the Serpent of the Nine Winds, by the way. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lucian.
Pleased to meet you as well, Kukulkan. So I see you've been taking on a human form these days. Well, our friend Serafina is definitely going to be surprised when she hears about this.
Well, about that, Lucian. I was merely going with Solana's suggestion to gain a better understanding of the human world. So far, it's been a fascinating experience, although it took quite some time to fully adapt to this body at first. But when the situation is needed, I can always switch to my serpent form.
Come to think about it, you seem a lot more chill and friendly than what the stores be saying about you.
Well, you have Solana to thank for that, Amari. You should have seen how happy she was when she found out that it was me taking on this form.
Ever since that day, our friendship has improved by so much. Plus, he's able to relate with the other humans a lot better compared to before I was chosen to be his avatar. But enough about that for now. How are you feeling, Rosella? Quirino mentioned you meeting your family's killer one day, which must be taking a toll on you.
Oh, I'm fine, Solana. I'm not concerned about it that much, so you all don't need to worry for the time being. I'm more upset that our session is ruined since this part of it most likely won't be out till around the time Genshin 7.0 starts, which will be pointless since a lot more people will already know about it up to that point. Which also means that our Wuwa session will be delayed as well. But still, thanks for showing up when you did, Lucian.
It's no problem, really, Rosella. I'm just glad I was able to help as usual.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mindy. I'm the avatar of Zhurong, the Chinese god of fire. It's an honor to finally meet you all.
Hey everyone, I'm Hua Long, the Chinese dragon of fire, filling in for Zhurong since he had an errand to attend to. It's wonderful to finally speak with you all again. I noticed that we have 2 new faces.
Hold on. Now that you bring it up, Huolong, is that really you, Kukulkan? Judging from what the stories say about you, you're usually portrayed as a flying serpent with wings.
Well, to make a long story short, Mindy, my avatar Solana advised me to see things through a human's perspective to better connect with them. And it's been a wonderful experience so far. However, if need be, I can always switch to my serpent form.
Now that I think about it, you and Huolong are similar in a way. However, her appearance is a tribute to an old friend she was really close with. Anyways, we both tried joining earlier, but from what Lucian tells us, you all got into a situation where Apua's avatar and his mysterious hacker invaded the server.
Yeah, neither Lucian and I were able to kick him since his hacker revoked our admin privileges, so we were stuck with him for 7 minutes. Also, it's nice for us to finally meet after all this time, Mindy.
Yeah, I can also say the same, Rosella. Ziwe and Huolong here told me a lot of things about your group. Ziwe also wanted us to let y'all know that her and Miyuji won't be able to make it since Chang'e invited them to have dinner at her palace.
Yeah, her cousin who works with Rosella's older sister already informed us.
Oh, so you all have met Unwal already. Also, I've met Mei Ren with Ziwe and Miyuji a few times.
Yeah, Mei invited her and Alina over for dinner and to have a discussion for their future fashion designs.
By the way, We should start the Genshin livestream since we've been talking for way long enough.
Agreed. Queerino, or however you want to pronounce that beach nigga's name, had to hinder our session and give our editor a harder time, since he has to split this into 2 longer videos, and delay this section before the version starts, since these videos take a long time for him to put together.
Well, if it isn't Amari, it's always nice to run into an old friend after a long time.
I agree. Also, thanks again for helping us last year.
Oh, right. I remember that you fought Robin's avatar that day, and he got away right as you and Rosella were close to finishing him off. Also, I'm sorry about what happened to your Nigerian family all those years ago, Amari. Now that I think about it, the two of you aren't so different from each other, since you both have common enemies who you lost someone important to. But we can save this conversation for a different time, since we should really start up the live stream.
1 hour later.
Well, I expected nothing of important quality of life value, and yet I am still let down once again.
I know exactly what you mean, Olorun. These niggas still haven't learned their lesson after 6 years. Once again, I don't blame players for quitting this game to become Kirobots, since Genshin Shield still got it the worst out of all their other games. Don't get me wrong. It's nice that we finally getting Snez Naya and the other characters from there besides Child after all these years. But bro, this still ain't enough with the amount of unsolved problems it still got. For instance, why the fuck haven't they started giving us a free 10-pool daily login at the start of every patch, which should have been a thing since Fontaine?
Right, especially since 2 of their Jackal Sheet games, Sheet Rail and Menless Zone Zero, have had it since the beginning.
Well, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not right now.
No, it's not fun anymore, not even a little bit.
And out of all the times until now, we need it the most after the 6.6 meltdown where we got only 60 pulls for 2 new characters.
Right, and one of them was rumored to go on the standard banner, but ended up being a limited character. If anything, Lohan should have been free, since he doesn't seem as good compared to a lot of the other newer characters. Plus, everyone else was pulling for Nicole due to how popular and OP she is in her teams. And by the way, Aloy doesn't count since she isn't a real Genshin character, plus she's beyond worse than even a 4-star.
Speaking of 4 stars, since 6.4 for whatever reason, they stopped making 4-star event weapons and moved on to weapon skins.
I was just thinking of bringing that up. By the way, does anyone remember the Melusine Claymore that they reskinned for the 6.6 event?
Oh yeah, how could we forget? I swear, Hoyo has been getting even worse as a company by the day.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with them lately either, besides their competition with Wuthering Waves. At this point, Hoyo knows that they're falling apart and they're trying to bring us down with them. So much for them not wanting to make money, by the way. Man, these motherfuckers are full of panda shit.
Yeah, these bitch-ass niggas ain't no different from Ronnie 2K and the 2K devs at this point, since they both don't give a fuck about their community.
And also, the weapon banners are still dangerous to pull on, cause if you miss and run out of primos, your guarantee doesn't carry over to the next banner. Like, bro, who thought this would be a good idea? If they're not gonna remove 50/50s from the character banners, then at least make it like Woo-Wah and remove it for the weapons.
Now that you bring it up, Mindy, the last time I pulled a 5-star weapon was during Columbina first banner, which ended up being a Skyward Blade of all weapons. So I'm with you on this. Ever since then, I've had her on Yai Miko weapon, and recently I had to switch Columbina to Fav Codex, since Miko became meta for Sandrone. Also, I got a feeling that it might eventually be Columbina and her Lunar team's turn to get power crapped, unless we still get situations where Lunar is needed for endgame.
Well, it's starting to happen with Nuvolette and Furina. However, Furina can be a decent last resort option for Lunar if you either don't have Columbina, or if she's needed for a different team. Plus, she still has her freeze teams. But even then, Sandrone is currently a better option with the new reactions based around it.
Well, that, and more importantly, the meta shift, since you basically can't clear the first half of this abyss consistently without her and stellar reactions. By the way, as impressed as I am that the Traveler is transitioning to his own signature 5-star sword and finally unlocked Cryo, it still doesn't change the fact that his gameplay animations are still mid when you compare him to all of Rover's current elements, which all have different movesets along with the feeling of a main character. And we still don't know how good he's gonna end up being despite having a Polestar field. But hey, this is the same person who defeated Avatar Aang in Death Battle by showcasing his full Avatar abilities by using all of the elemental reactions. And this is how Hoyo has been treating Ether in game for years.
Now I'm even more curious to witness how a death battle with Rover would go. Anyways, I noticed that they decided to rerun Arlecchino with Odette, which isn't as bad of a choice.
Yeah, she's still one of the best pyro DPS to pull for currently. Plus, this is also a better opportunity compared to when she last had her rerun with Zhongli for those who haven't been able to pull her weapon. However, the second banner phase is questionable since they decided to rerun both of the lunar-charged characters at the worst time possible. It's already bad enough that I wasn't able to pull for Flynn's during that time since I didn't have an Effa for him when he first came out, and Linnea was right after Varka's patch.
And next patch, we'll most likely be getting Venza, who's rumored to be the Stellar Swirl main DPS, and whatever the Hydro Girl will be.
Yeah, you really ain't gonna want to miss Venza knowing Genshin and their enemy mechanics. For events, which they've been deciding to go with only 3 these days, we'll be getting the Great Expeditionist Challenge, where we compete in a tournament hosted by the Adventurers Guild, where we play a bunch of mini-games as usual.
However, it is worth noting that we'll be getting Diona, who is a character from version 1 as the free 4-star. Are you fucking kidding me, Dawei? I understand they're trying to promote her because of Stellar, even though a lot of veteran players already have multiple copies over the years. But this could have easily been a 4-star selector. Or better yet, bring back the 4-star weapons and make one with buffing capabilities for it.
The next event is Mutual Aid in Bloom, Into the Frostlands, which is a photo-taking event along with snowball fights. And finally, Trail of the Bastion, which is a third-person shooter event. Man, I don't even know what's going on with Genshin anymore, since they got the Traveler playing Call of Duty in the Shadow Realm.
But at least we get another skin for him. However, for Lumine, I don't agree with what they chose for the cold weather.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean, Rosella. But what I don't understand is their decision for the free Constellations event. This could have easily been a 5-star shop instead, since you literally have to own the characters in order to make use of it. Plus, majority of these characters are either mid or outdated, and a lot of them don't even get reruns anymore unless it's through a Chronicle banner, which Wuwa has done a better job with making for most of the version 1 limited characters.
I agree, especially since it has the progression feature where you can get up to 21 extra pulls back after a total of 80 pulls. Plus, the Chronicle banners actually carry over to the next one, instead of the shitty fate point system that they decided to add for God knows what reason. And last but not least, we have Shitty Astro Wonderland, which honestly isn't worth talking about at this point.
Yeah, when they start showcasing it at the end, you know it's time to leave the live stream since nobody really gives a fuck about it. I'm starting to think that this was an excuse for them to lay back on content and let the community make those for them.
You know, Amari, I'm still to this day wondering what idiot would ask to skim through dialogue instead of simply adding a skip button that every other Hoyo game has in the first place. And no disrespect to Citlali's VA, who also does March 7th from Starfail, by the way, since we know she was paid to say this. But she was praising it like the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, we're really gonna need it since I'm worried that a lot more of these Archon quests are gonna start getting longer after witnessing the Sumeru quest, which I'm hoping isn't the case even though we're getting closer to the end. Also, another thing they should have done by now was make all talent and weapon domains permanently available like the other games, instead of having to wait for a certain day to farm for them after the first week of a new banner phase.
And there's no reason why we should be limited to farm one of each of the weekly bosses per week, when the other games allow you to farm the same one up to 3 times, which is the weekly limit, despite having some mixed opinions. But at least you can get a character's talents up to max level a lot quicker compared to Genshin, which can take roughly around a month when a new boss releases. Plus, they only have 1 material instead of 3 for specific characters, which I have no idea why they haven't changed.
You know, Shabalanke, I remember the Hoyo devs did a pointless survey last year that they should clearly know the answer to by this point, just for them to still not go through with it and waste more of our time.
Yeah, I was so upset when that happened, since this truly shows how much they don't care about their community, since it gets treated the worst out of the other games, yet they're still making so much fucking money out of it. And do not get me started with artifact loadouts. I'm still in disbelief to this day that it took Kuro not even a year since Wuwa's release to implement theirs the right way, and yet for Genshin, we've gotten like 100 shitty AI-generated versions of it so far up to this point.
Other than the long-awaited release of Snezhnaya after 6 long years. This has to be one of the most disappointing updates I have ever seen, since they have barely made any changes that would benefit the community. I'm proud of Miyuji for finally leaving that corrupt company, since those weak and pitiful mortals were restraining her.
Since Da Wei no longer has a bodyguard to defend him, would y'all two be down to jump him again? Huolong and I could also burn down the Hoyoverse HQ in the process, but that would be too extreme.
Huh? You might have better luck asking Zhurong or your cousin Changshu instead, since I really wouldn't want to get involved in something like this, Mindy.
As intriguing as this offer sounds, Amari and I will have to pass, since he isn't worth our time at this point.
But if you would be down to teach him another lesson and throw in Aquaria as well, then by all means, go ahead.
You guys? How about we don't go ahead with this idea?
Yeah, I'm with Rosella on this.
Huh? But why not? After all these years of scamming us, do they really deserve to be protected? At this point, I don't care what anyone says, but this is the last fucking straw for me. If no one is able to help me, then I completely understand. I'll just have to beat the fucking shit out of Da Wei and Aquaria myself, which shouldn't be hard for someone like me, either way.
Oh, by the way, Mindy, you should also throw in Xiaoji if you run into that bitch nigga for fucking up the story with these long one-piece ass missions.
Amari, can you please stop giving her more ideas?
I'll be sure to teach him a bigger lesson as well, Amari, since Shitforius is the reason majority of us quit playing through the story.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
Just when I thought today's server was starting to get better.
You don't need to worry, Rosella. I'll go comfort her. I had a fun time in your rose garden, by the way. I'll be looking forward to the next time we join where things are less toxic. Oh, and we'll be sure to invite Zhurong this time.
So far, the video has gotten way too long, so allow me to quickly do the honors for the outro. If you guys enjoyed today's session of Rosella's Garden of Roses, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe for more of our content in the future.
Well, this has been eventful so far. I too will be looking forward to the next session, where things are hopefully more settled.
Agreed. I'm glad you were finally able to join us, my friend. Anyways, would you guys be down for some Marvel Rivals?
Well, I don't have anything planned at the moment, so I'll be down. But how are we gonna do this with the 7 of us?
As much as I would like to join y'all, Ayana and her friend invited me and Olivia to grind the Hidden Temple Gauntlet with them in Wizard 101, so you can have my spot, Lucian.
I'll be heading out as well, since I need to go meditate after witnessing Genshin's live stream.
Man, just imagine how much worse the anniversary will be. I'll see if my girl would be down to join us. Anyways, for those of you who plan on pulling for Odette, we're wishing you good luck with your pulls.
However, if y'all decide to pull on the Luna Charge banner, if you just got Columbina from her rerun, you really gonna need all the luck you can get, especially knowing the current meta shift.